I can think back to so many times at the start of this year particularly where I would have that flutter in my chest. It was almost like an invisible string pulling me to create, and I often would sever it. I'd cut it, I'd procrastinate or do anything but. And I think doing that can be really damaging long term because you get into this mindset of, oh, my creativity can wait. I have other things to be doing. Can you even believe that it is July 2026? We are halfway through the year. The year is halfway over. And it's such a crazy concept because I feel like this year has both gone very quickly and very slowly. And now I'm like, we have 6 months left and then we're in 2027. And in fact, this month feels even crazier for me because I'm releasing my EP, at least I'm self-aware. Reflecting back on the first 6 months of 2026, if I could change one thing, it would be I just wish that I was more intentional with my creativity. I wish I spent more time with it instead of prioritizing other things, because I live and I work and I breathe art and creativity, but then I will shut down my own desire to create at times. So making these little changes, which I kind of wanted to just yap about today, has actually made a really big difference for me. Specifically the last month, I've been giving my creativity the respect that I think it deserves, and I think I've been giving it the time that I owe it. All of that leads really perfectly actually into something that I've done to nurture my creativity, and that is just to give it time. Give it time. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to your creativity to sit down every day. Even if it's for 15 minutes, even if it's for 5 minutes, even if it's just before you go to bed or the first thing you do when you wake up, give your creativity the opportunity to come out and play. Like if you think of creativity as your best friend and it's always calling and saying, hi, you want to hang out? And you're like, I'm just so busy right now. Let's hang out later. Let's hang out later. And it goes, all right, no worries. And then it calls again the next day. It's like, hi, do you want to do something? And you're like, I really do, but I just can't make time for you right now. The more you do that, the more your creativity, the more that your friend, right, would feel less inclined to reach out to you. So just giving it that opportunity. It's like when you start texting that friend back, hey, how you going? You're going to see a response. And while we're talking about spending time every day to create, the more you create, the more you're going to notice that you're not coming up with perfection every time. And you might sit at your instrument, at your canvas, at your laptop, whatever it is, wherever you choose to create, and you might come up totally blank. That's okay. You cannot condemn, be mad at yourself, take it out on your creativity, take it out on your skills. You cannot do that because, again, you need to treat your creativity like a best friend. You need to nurture that relationship. You need to be kind to it. You cannot be like, oh, this is so bad. I'm never, ever going to go back and write a song again. You cannot do that. You need to go, that's okay. I can't create perfection every time. As a songwriter, I can write 10, 20, 30 songs that I'm like, it's okay, before I write that song, which makes me so excited that I need to run and tell somebody about it. I think we live in a world now that is kind of overstimulating. You know, it's all about keeping your attention span as long as possible. How short can the video be? How eye-catching can the video be? How long can we keep you entertained through these really fast-paced, engaging tactics? And it's And so when you put that away and you slow yourself down to be creative, it can be very weird. When it comes to the actual creative process, when you make that intentional action to create, something that I've noticed is first signs of boredom can be very discouraging. When you're like, oh, I wonder what's happening in the world right now. I should check the news. Or I wonder if my friend has texted me back. I should just text them again. It's very easy to view boredom as a negative thing and to want to fill that void of boredom. I think to be creative, you have to allow yourself to be bored when you're intentional with the creative process, because when you're pulling something out of thin air, you're taking an idea out of nothing. It's not always going to come straight away. I think the best thing you can do when you feel that boredom is not reach for your phone or try and find a quick fix or an easy solution. You need to allow yourself to feel the boredom and to slow yourself down, to feel things, to ponder, to be curious, That is what can spark some of the most incredible art, in my opinion. Actually, something that has been really good for me is knowing that not everything has to be for social media. And I love sharing my life and I love sharing my music and song projects and all of that. But I think putting that extra pressure of technically a whole world of eyes and opinions, putting that onto your little creative bestie can be very stressful, and it can make the way you create change, because again, it feels like you have to achieve perfection to be sharing it to everyone. Some things, they never even need to touch social media, and that is totally valid. And that is still creativity, that is still art. But on the flip side, it is really cool getting people's opinions, seeing what resonates with people. But even just changing the way that you share can make such a big difference. Find your circle in your industry or of your friends or of your family, whatever your art is, share it in real life. Like, go to an open mic or find somewhere that you can share your art in the real world, in a public space, in a tangible space, which nowadays, as a creator and a consumer of art, having a physical artistic experience for me is so incredible and valuable, because we have AI, right? And there is that degree of everything on social media being questioned nowadays, which is so disappointing because it really devalues all the incredible artists out there who create. But actually, speaking of physical experiences, this is another really big thing. They all lead into each other in my brain, which is great. But this is a really good one, especially for people who struggle with writer's block or creative block. Give yourself inspirational experiences. Sometimes I sit at my piano and I am struggling and I'm like, I can't think of anything today. As I'm sitting there trying to pull inspiration from the week before, and I'm thinking about it, and I've lived every day the same with the same routine, and I've gone to the same shops, and I've brushed my hair the same way, and everything's the same. And I'm like, no wonder I'm struggling to find inspiration. Take the initiative to go and inspire yourself. Watch a movie you would never watch. Read a book. Listen to a genre of music you would never listen to. Go on a walk through nature. Do things that give your brain and give your creativity a whole new experience to digest and to process and to form opinions on, and then use that in your art. More than creativity, it's just a really cool way to notice how beautiful and exciting and intricate life is. It's just so much, and as a creative person, that inspires me to want to create. And this last one is, I think, specifically for the people out there who maybe work other jobs or have other responsibilities or have other priorities in their life that they feel takes more of their time than their creativity can, which is totally normal. Like, we're all trying to make it by. We have to work. We have to have families and relationships and all these other things. And sometimes it feels so hard to give your creativity time when there are all these other things. For me, as someone who works a few jobs, I can come back feeling very tired after a long day of work, right? Something that really ignites my passion and makes me feel like a creator. I come home and I have a shower. I get into my favorite outfit. I put something colorful on. Maybe I do my hair or my makeup. I make myself look the part. I make myself feel the part. And I disconnect from the person that I was maybe from 9 to 5. And I become Natasha Rose. I become the creator. And I allow myself to embrace that. So when I look in the mirror, I go, wow, that's my girl. That's my creative girl. It's almost like becoming the creativity. And that can be really so helpful, especially when I'm tired or I'm over it. And I'm like, this is what I love. This is my passion. I can do this. I can look the part. I can create incredible art. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe in your creativity. You just have to. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your creativity. I feel like I could talk about this for ages, but these are things that right now I've really been intentional with. and they've been making a big difference. Brought me to this point now where I'm actually getting into my creative flow again, and I'm really proud of the art that I'm making. I feel like once you allow yourself to be creative in one way, you start to feel confident and excited and passionate about creating in so many others. Like, my main form of creativity is songwriting. I love it. And as I've allowed myself to get back into writing songs every single day, it makes me want to paint. It makes me want to put together cool outfits. Once you have purpose in one form of creativity and you find that passion, you want everything to feel like that. At least for me. Art is endless and it is just so beautiful, so brilliant. And if you allow yourself to open up and create and you just become best friends with that part of yourself that is so passionate for it, I really think you'll see like a change in your life and in your creative life and in your work, just everything. It's going to feel so good, I'm telling you. I hope the rest of your 2026 is so blessed, so full of creativity, so full of new experiences and art and excitement and joy. And I just hope this video helps put you on a path towards all of that. Thanks for watching. Bye.